it's Cam, and today I am back with another video. Today's video is about budget grocery shopping.
It's now or never, forever. The moment is right here.
So for those of you who have never heard of budget grocery shopping, what that means is you're just being more mindful about how you grocery shop and how you spend money grocery shopping. So I'm just going to share with y'all basically the steps that I take to ensure that I stay on budget and also just not get too many items, because sometimes when previously when I used to shop, we would go to the store and we would just come up with what we want to eat on the spot, and we end up either spending more money than we intended, or we end up with more food than we expected to get. And either way, we're wasting money doing that. So we now budget grocery plan. So I'm just going to give y'all those steps that I take to do this, and I'll make sure I leave those steps below in the description box. So we're going to just go ahead and get started. The very first thing that I do is check inventory. Inventory is important because we just want to make sure that we use up those items that we already have on hand before going out spending money on more stuff. And then in the end, we'll end up having things in the fridge or pantry or freezer for months after months after months after months, or even some people years. So for inventory, what you're gonna do is get a pen and paper, and you're gonna go to your fridge, freezer, and pantry, and just jot down all of those items that you have on hand already that you could possibly use in a meal for the upcoming week. So whether this is, well, I know like for us, I'm just gonna give you an example. For us, we have oatmeal, pasta sauce, diced tomatoes, black beans, what else? Flour, croutons, flax seeds, nutritional yeast. So that's just an example of some stuff that we already have on hand, and those are the items that I would jot down. Oh, and then for freezer, let's say frozen strawberries, frozen mixed vegetables, and I think we have some frozen blueberries still. So I just jot those items down and I set that list aside. So step number 2 is store deals. So this is something that I really enjoy doing because I end up saving a lot more money than I was trying to in the first place. So for store deals, what I do is I check my store apps for whatever stores I want to shop at. The main store apps that I like to use are Kroger and Sprouts. And then I go to Costco's app just to check for prices, and I'll get to that at the end. So I look for coupons or deals that they maybe have going on, like 2 for $3 or buy one get one free or stuff like that, because in the long run that's going to add up, especially if I don't have to buy that again, the next time I shop. I can just already have that on hand. So also I like to check the ads that we get in the mail for stores. So we get like Sprouts. No, we don't get Sprouts. We get Kroger, Aldi's, and yeah, some other stores that I don't shop at, but I just mainly look through the Kroger ads that I get in the mail. And another thing that you could also do is go online and check for printouts for coupons that you could use at the store. So yeah, that's the second step. And I just make a list from those store deals of food items that I could purchase using those deals for meals for the upcoming week. So I have two lists now. The first list that I have is the inventory list. The second list that I have now is the store deals list. So just gonna go ahead and stick with that example before of the items that we already have on hand for it. So for this, there may be some lasagna noodles on sale for 2 for 4 or something like that. And I'm also have coupons for, well, I actually do have coupons for some almond milk and also marinara sauce, actually, and some salsa. I have a coupon for salsa as well. So I'm just gonna jot those items down. Those are some things that I could buy, and I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna set that list aside too, and I'm gonna move on to step number 3. Step number 3 is meal plan. Here is where it gets fun for me because I like to try different recipes, whether it's from Pinterest, YouTube, blogs online, or even Instagram, because people post what they eat in a day on Instagram as well. So I like to look for ideas for meals in that way, and I just come up with what meals I want to cook for the upcoming week. So I also consider how many times I want to cook for that week. So for here, what I do is look at the serving size. One second. I look at the serving size for those different recipes, and we're a family of 3, so I try to look for serving sizes of 5 and up. So that way we'll have food left over, and I can just reheat the food for the next day or 2, depending on what it is. So for this this example I'm gonna say I want to make lasagna. So on Monday, I'm gonna make lasagna, and I'll make a big dish of that lasagna, and it should last us up until Wednesday, depending. So so that way I don't have to cook Tuesday or Wednesday. So the next day I have to cook is actually gonna be on Thursday. So on Thursday, I could make something like a Mexican bowl using quinoa, black beans, and salsa. And so I can make enough of that to last us for Thursday and also Friday. So that's 2 days worth of meals. So now I've only cooked twice this week. So all that's left is Saturday and Sunday. See how that works? Cool. So after that, after meal plan, what I do is create a grocery plan. So for the grocery plan, what we want to do is create a list of the recipes. Let's see, we're going to put recipes on the name of the recipe on one side of the paper, and then the ingredients for that recipe on the other side. Even if you have repeat ingredients, I still make sure I write those ingredients down as many times as they appear in the different recipes, because that'll help me with the grocery list, which is the next step. So so after that, after I create the grocery plan, which is, like I said, the recipe and then the ingredients for each of those recipes that you plan to make. After that is the grocery list. So for the grocery list, what we're gonna do is go back to that grocery plan list, and we're gonna put a mark by or a check or a scratch through, however you wanna do it, those items that are found on the inventory list. So the reason we're doing this is because we don't wanna purchase the items that we already have on hand. So after that, we're gonna just jot down on the grocery list the items that we did not mark off. So that'll basically be all of the items that we actually need to purchase from the store. And I also make sure I organize this list by food type. I'm talking the grocery list, that is. So that way in the store, I can save myself a little bit of time and not have to backtrack in the store, because I know I can be in the store for hours at a time if I do not organize my list this way, because I'm just backtracking. Oh, I forgot to get this over in the produce area. Oh, this is way on the other side of the store. So to keep that from happening, I organize my list by food type. And so after this, you basically you're ready to go shop. And so also you want to make sure you include how many of those items that you need on that grocery list. So you can put just in parentheses beside it, I need I'm gonna get 2 packs of the lasagna noodles, because that's how many times you wrote it down on the paper, depending on, what deals you got going on, like I said. So all of that I take into consideration when planning what we're gonna shop for and how we're gonna shop. And so also I take into consideration my budget. Now, you don't necessarily have to do this, because doing it this way, you're already going to save some money just by having a plan before you go to the grocery store. But what I also like to do after that is use these apps, and also online, whether it's their website, or even I use the Instacart app to find the prices for all of these items that I plan to buy. And so this will just give me even more idea of how much money I'm actually going to spend. So on my previous video, if you have not seen that, go ahead and check that out after this video. I'll link that below. I did a Costco grocery haul, and I actually did all of these steps for that haul. And so I went ahead and went to the Costco app, and I wrote down how much all of these items cost. And I added all of that up, and that pretty much gave me an estimate of how much money I would spend. And I actually stayed on budget. So this is just how we shop as far as grocery shopping. And I just wanted to share with you all so that maybe I could give you an idea of how you can better shop, how you can use some of these tips to better help your family, whether you're trying to stay on budget or whether you're just trying not to buy all this food and end up with all of this food left over that you did not end up using for that week. And it also depends on how you're shopping. Some people shop weekly, some people shop bi-weekly, some people even shop for the month. So it again just depends on all of that. But either way, if you follow these steps, just try it out, you should end up saving even the smallest amount of money just by having a plan prior to going to the store. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Again, I'm Cam, and if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so that you get notified when I upload, so you're not missing any of my videos. And if you're not new here, thanks for stopping by. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, and bye. Let me know below how you all grocery shop and if you found any of this information helpful.